Welcome back after TwitchCon. I just logged in, and this is where I logged in, and I have actually no idea what I was doing here. Looking at my inventory, probably making tunnels to probably home. So, let me get my bearings, and I'll bring you guys back into this actual episode. But this was a what the heck moment. I am in the Nether, obviously. There's the portal to the Savannah village. There's death happening. This is the portal home, and this is the swamp village. So I probably was making my way, by the looks of it, between the swamp village and current position. I had a plan for today, but logging into the Nether made me kind of realize the plan is not going to happen. But yeah, welcome back. I had an amazing time at TwitchCon. I will tell you all about it in this episode. I have no idea what number we are on, but it's something in the 10 and 20s. So yeah, also let me put that back on screen and some other things. But yeah, welcome back, guys. Here's Orca again with a new episode of the village world. I'll see you guys in a bit when I know what I'm gonna do. Actually, I'll just keep recording and see if there's any interesting things happening. So I'll just walk to the swamp thing and see if I can find my way even. By looks of it, I might have lost some inventory. But I have the gravestone thing on, so... Oh, crap. Hi, are you mad? Am I wearing gold? I have gold something. Because I'm pretty sure I had... No, this is definitely backup armor. I have no idea what I was doing last time. That's the downside of this. I have zero clue what I was doing. It's been over a month since my last recording and everything, so there's that. I'm not even sure if I have picked up my stuff. I think I did. Boo. That, not gonna lie, kind of scared me. Yeah, there's still a grave here, so I wonder if I have the inventory space for the rest of this. Ew. Looks like no. But I can quickly make a crafting table here. Plop that down and make a chest. Let's just turn all these into planks. Leave these out. Okay, that's food. I actually have crimson planks. Where can I make? No, I can't make that there. I need to do this, and that's a chest. Okay, so let's make a quick double chest. Quickly. And eat those, and eat those, and just do this, and start dumping stuff in, because apparently I did not pick up everything after I died or something. I don't know. I'm definitely missing stuff. There's everything, I think. Okay, so apparently I was making bridges with my iron pick. I might have lost more. I feel like I don't have everything on me that I should have, but let me grab my carrots. We punch at the flame. I don't even know what happened anymore, but I probably got heated down from a gas or something. I'm pretty sure I had better tools than what I'm currently carrying. So I'll leave this here. I will take 4 stacks of dirt with me. I'll leave this here and I'll go find, I guess, where my stuff ended. Because that's definitely a bridge to somewhere. That probably leads to there. This was my most recent death in this side of the world. So there's probably a death on the other side of the world too, like in the actual overworld. But let me get this. Let me also put it in there. I have food, and backup food. I have stuff here now. Yeah, I did not expect this, and it's probably the reason why I can't remember what I was doing, because I probably had a little bit of a rage quit moment, which is never good, but you know, it happens. So let's go find out what we actually were doing on the other side. I have a sneaky suspicion what I was doing, but yeah, I definitely don't want to get killed over this, but I don't see any gas, so let's go. Let's run, sort of, kind of, over this. Oh yes, I'm using absolutely the best blocks. Okay, so I definitely need to grab some cobble from home next time. Yeah. Well, I'll see you guys when I found the other end. Oh, that's gonna be fun. I'll guess I keep recording then. This is gonna be another death. Unless I don't have a bow on me to shoot it. I don't have anything else, so if it attacks me, I'm dead. I don't like this at all. I should have gone through the overworld. I don't know. Like, it will attack me. I have nothing to defend myself. And it's a long way down. So I'm probably not going to survive that. And I don't want to create another grave like in this first episode. So I'll just go back and go through the overworld, I guess. And hopefully no more piggies on the other side. Yikes. It kind of looks like there was a gas attack also with the amount of flames. I have absolutely zero idea what I was recording last, but it feels like I rage quit. Like in the middle of the nether, like, nope, I'm out. It happens. It just was bad timing because TwitchCon was coming up. We've been to TwitchCon. Been there, done that. Was an amazing experience. This time I actually stayed in a hotel. No, it almost went bad. Woohoo! So I had an amazing experience. I'm not gonna share pictures because, you know, pictures. Yeah, let's go home. And drop off my stuff and then just go back by boat, I guess. Although it's shorter by nether. I'm not really comfortable right now going through the nether if there's a piggy spawning there. It's been also over a month since I last played this silly blocky game. But I do have the cape. So no one gets my coat. I used it. I only got one. It's just me. Yeah, it was a nice experience. My partner brought me to Rotterdam on the Thursday. And so I had a little time to, you know, get used to being in the hotel room. Get around to the hotel and stuff. Get used to being alone. No cats, no partner, nothing. No guests, by the way. No guests, good. Let's run here. Because I don't want to lose this stuff now too in lava. So on Thursday afternoon we drove to Rotterdam. Look, I can do this. And I was dropped off at my hotel. My partner helped me sort of kind of settle in. Like bring me in the wheelchair that we rent up to the hotel room. And from there, yeah, it was just nice dinner with partner, and then partner went back home to feed our cats and to prep for their own work day the next day. It was a good experience being kind of far away from home. Last time I was away from home, Not sleeping in my own bed was when I was admitted to the hospital, so that was definitely not a good experience. I can tell you that. So I had now a positive experience with being away from home, and I kind of need to re-find my bed. So also, yes, I still need to fix that, but that's something I will fix hopefully between episodes if I think about it. So slept in the hotel bed, which was pretty decent, pretty big. Accessibility room, because you know accessibility is needed. I'll just make a boat. I still have a boat out of stuff. I'll just take the cherry boat. Where's my swampy swamp? It's this way, right? Yeah, so it is this way, and that's why I keep taking the nether. Because boating is not really a thing. I need to go all the way here. That's where we were going to. Okay. So it's just this one. I don't probably will need a boat, but whatever. Or I can take multiple trips and empty that chest. That might be better. And my stuff will be there whenever I come back to. Where is actually my last death point? It should be here somewhere. I don't see it. So I might have deleted it? Oh, it's actually here. That's probably not my last death point. Uh-oh. Then I'm not sure where my stuff is. Oh, that's gonna be a nice title for today. Where's my stuff? I'll just bring this in order and bring you guys back with more TwitchCon. Okay. Stuff saved. I just have a bucket and white wool on me, but I'll bring the white wool to the farm. Well, I'll adjust my stuff, because it's been a while, you know how it is when you come back to a thing that's been, you know, not neglected, but left alone for a bit. I need to recoup what the heck I was doing, and it looks like I was trying to save my stuff and died while doing that. So I'm now trying to remember if I actually died at the swamp place and lost my stuff there, which is kind of impossible considering I have the graves mod. So what could have happened if that I actually died in lava somewhere, either in the nether or on the way to the nether? I have no clue, but it does mean I need to make all my tools if I did that. Which, yeah, is a major setback, but sure, I'll deal with it. Yeah, like I said, I'm back from TwitchCon. I can spend a lot of hours on this game again. There's also another project that I'm running in the background that's not Minecraft related, but it is taking up a couple of hours a day of my time. Mostly daily, not daily, but mostly daily. And I'll guess I'll just grab that cherry boat we got earlier, and because it has a chest on the back, so I can haul stuff home. And I'll just go to my swamp place, which is all the way here. I kind of remember trying to get home from here, but I'm not sure if that is because I died in the nether and came back to here, or what exactly is the deal. But I do remember making a long trek to here, mostly on surviving on apples, so I'm not sure if I actually made it through and got home with everything, or if I actually went through the nether and died, and because I died in the nether, I broke my bed. That's at the swampy place. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna watch my video back. Like, this has probably happened that after I was done recording happened. I probably went home for something, so I'll just go to the swamp place, see if, because there's no death indicator here. That's why I'm kind of fearing that I might have died in the very lavy nether and lost all my stuff and need to re-get everything. But that also means that I have to, well, reposition myself. That also kind of means that if that is the case, I need to work on a different project anyways that I was kind of planning to do today. But let's see if we can rescue our stuff from the other side. Not sure how, when, what, but I'll just go to the swamp place and see if I see something there. Maybe I was just hauling stuff home and didn't really die. I'm not sure what happened, and I'll bring you guys back when I have more clearance on that. So, see you guys in a bit. Well, I arrived at my swampy spot, and it looks like bad news. Like 13 emeralds. I'm pretty sure I had more, plus just a lead, some paper, flint and steel, and sugarcane, and that's it. Yeah, that's it, apparently. Don't look that way, because there's an Endy. There's a chest here that has absolutely zero in it, because this is the flower farm we made last episode. And I was gonna work in creative on turning this into a neat little flower farm, and I'm not sure, but I think I mentioned there's actually a flower forest right here. There's no need for me to build up that tower. There's a flower forest here where I can just lower everything to a certain level and bone meal everything. So yeah, I got some stuffs. Let me try those eggs into the ocean. Yeah, so it kind of looks like I might have lost my stuff. I'll go into the nether here and see if there's anything new popping up. I'm not happy with that, if that's the actual case, but it makes sense that I was walking around with just 2 iron picks and a thingamajig. Right, it's this place that we're very happy with the view. Bastion. Let's see, if I now press this, yeah, it's just this. And I was obviously working on my way home. Obviously. I'm just wondering why it's not connected. Like, did I not get that far? I think I did, but maybe, I don't know. But I don't see any death markers like this one. This is the one we visited. These are older. That's why they're called Old Death. This is the most recent one here. So I feel like we might have been... I'm not even sure if it was even on camera or no. But I feel like we might have lost everything. Which means I can just pick stuff up from here and go home by boat again. And one day we'll finish that project. Because, yeah, the flower farm project is going to be huge. If I want all flowers to be mined here, plus the... I think I said this, that I also wanted to create the 2 nether shakers here. Like, in the same biome. So I have all my flowers and all my shakers here. Yeah, not sure what to do now, because I was hoping my stuff would be here, but apparently it's definitely not, so... And it's also not in this boat chest, and we do have these 2 fellows here that don't want to trade currently, because, you know, they're in a butt. Which means I need to hold them to here and see what I can get. But it does look like we've lost everything. So let's see what we can get from here. I mean, obviously 2 chests. That's it. Oh wait, these chests were actually for bone meal by the looks of it. So I'll just put 1 chest back and be excellent as placing. I'll just put the chest back. These were obviously for bone meal making. Just Just that this one isn't. It isn't because it is just feeding from that, so it's just directly feeding flowers. That villager will grow up and hopefully get this one going. And I'll just bring this home, I guess, and come back later when Nether tunnel is safe. Maybe I need to stall this project until we're on the roof. Yeah, this kind of sucks. Not gonna lie, this kind of sucks because this means I actually have to get all my stuff back. Which means I can start a new project. So, that will be it for today. It is 11 p.m. So I will work on the next project, which is related to getting my stuff back. I will work on that. And I'll see you guys in the next recording, which probably is going to be a few days from now. It is currently the 11th of June. Still, it is 11 p.m., but still 11th of June. And I'll see you guys whenever I have time for recordings. This just sucks. Like, I getting flashbacks from me running without anything home, hoping that I might have died in the nether on this side and the map just didn't update, but apparently I probably died in the nether and didn't want to go all the way here. But apparently that's what we did. So I'll take this chest. And I'll take this, and that one can stay. Actually, I want to create, I think, 2 more of those. Which is paper and tray, which explains why I had wood in my inventory. This still works? At least that still works. Good. I have been updating mods in the meantime. I'm not sure if my last recorded clip was actually on the Tiny Takeover stuff, but yes. We are on the Tiny Takeover now. And in a few days, the next update comes out. And I don't think I'm gonna wait for that for recording next. It's just, you know, something that will happen whenever I have time. Like I said, there is a project in the back of my brain that I do need to get to, and I think this is how you make these. Oh wait, no, it's probably planks. So let's do it 2x2 planks with that, and here we go. Okay, we have another one of these, and I think I need one more. I'm not sure if I needed 2 or 3 books, but let's prepare for 3 books, and then if it's just 2, then, you know, it's always better to be prepared than not to be prepared. Let's also harvest all the sugarcane here. Pretty sure the sugarcane can stay here, since we have a decent farm at home, so I might just, that's probably why I left it there. That's probably what happened. Is that I was like, okay, I'm done here for now, let's pack up and then lose everything else. And probably the lava. But, you know, that's life. In Minecraft, at least. But luckily in Minecraft we can trade with villagers and easy come back from those kind of setbacks. Easier than... Also, hi, Minecraft. Be normal, please. I know it's a game and stuff, but be normal. Yeah, I'll just leave the sugarcane here. And the boat chest here that I left here. Here, I'll just leave all the sugarcane here and the paper. Because I probably won't need it, and I'll just take everything else home with me. Which was kind of a waste of time, but now at least now we know, you know? At least now we know that there's absolutely nothing here that's worth coming for, except the farm. And I'll make a mental note of that, like, it's just a farm here, there's nothing else yet to do. I can, because I have some bones, I can actually show you guys how this is supposed to work. If I can get the right items. Thank you, brain. Let's see. I need to get to... Let me actually do this. And just plop it in there. Sleep. And show you guys how it's supposed to work. Brain, come on, we can do this. I think I've shown this partially. Yeah, so this is how it works. And then whenever I get a lay, I'll just let it run for now. When I have a lay will actually pick up the stuff. Look, that's all the bone meal we had. Pointing down is actually that. And then we have some stuff here, some flowers to, yeah, kitty meow. Seeds go in here to get bone meal. To get it turned into bone meal, I mean. Let's see if we even get one bone. Yeah, we got one more bone meal back. Nice. I mean, it was a couple of seeds, so... Yeah. One bone meal back. Nice. But yeah, I'll see what I can do in the way back and see what actually happens there. But I'll see you guys whenever I'm either back at my base in case something interesting happens or whatever. It will be today, end of today's recording. I'm kind of running out of time. And like I said, it is past 11 a.m. now, so you know. I have big plans, major plans, and I need to collect a lot of stuff for that. So that's what I'm going to do between episodes. Between this clip and the next clip, I should say. And I'll see you guys in the next clip in a couple of days. Well, minutes for you, but days for me. While you see me tearing down this village, I'll quickly rant a little bit more about TwitchCon. Friday was batch pickup day. I went way too early and I was in line by 9 a.m. Lines open at 12 noon. And so I could talk to security, arrange some stuff, and left some feedback for the accessibility line. And I think that that went well. We basically were able to upgrade the area a little bit, make it wider, make it under the roof of Ahoy. Saturday was meet and greet day with Ren and Martin, and they signed my book, the little notebook from Hermitcraft, and I gave them my little gift. And then later I had to meet with Korean Gem and Solidarity, and I gave them my gift too, which is the infamous Guess to Build Skizzleman Flamingo 3D printed. Saturday was basically me running around in my wheelchair. Friday we had dinner, which stressed me out. I'm not gonna go into that because too much stress. And Sunday was MCC day. I had 3D printed a Minecraft chest of 21 by 21 by 21 centimeters and filled it with trophies for every MCC player. I will try to put some pictures up screen in the top left and bottom right corner. And it was really good. TwitchCon was amazing. Next year it's going to be in Berlin. This was confirmed. We know the dates. It's going to be the 22nd and 23rd of May. We just don't know the venue yet. So that's why I'm not sure if I'm going yet. Because wheelchair, I need to make sure it is actually accessible for me to go there. And yeah, I met a lot of people. I did a lot of things. And Monday was chill day and repack all the bags. I needed extra bags, and luckily I had extra bags. Those linen, whatever is shoppers totes. I got 3 plushies in total. I won an MCC signed shirt by all 40 players. I have so much loot. I don't know what to do with it. So I've been thinking about doing some other things, and TwitchCon was amazing. I'm sad it's leaving Rotterdam, but hopefully see you all in Berlin next year and watch me tear down the last bits here for the next bit. I hope so far you enjoyed the video, and the day of recording is the 5th of July right now, so you know there's been time between things. Life, you know? of a random place to bring you guys back in, but as you could have seen from the plural time lapse that I hopefully did the way I'm imagining now, because I have to do those after doing this clip, we have houses for the villagers. I need to address one little thing though, because you might have seen that I left a couple of vanilla houses, and also need to address that. This is where there's still something in there. So in this case, there's a witch, and basically the houses that still had employed villagers in there for future breeding projects are still in their houses, but I will remove those once I realize how many villagers I'm missing, because I'm pretty sure I still have... Ooh, I need to eat. I still have my breeder going, as in I removed the beds, but I'm pretty sure the villagers are still there, if they're not turned into zombies. Let me quickly check. Let's see. Let's go here. I don't see any boxes, so let me hop in villager mode. Oh yeah, there's two. These two are still going here, but they don't have any beds that you can go to, so there's no breeding happening. But they're still here. But yeah, the ones here in the houses, this is a witch I might want to do something with, and then here are two villagers, one villager, one more villager. So I technically have two breeders here still going if I need to. But wrong button. But yeah, this is now my village. I have a house for each job, but here is the downside. But first, let me address this. So I removed this house, and I tried to do the last thing, but apparently since I moved this to a server, I have a slight issue. Watch what it says when I try to access this. I have spawn protection on, and I'm not sure. 100? It's 100. So it doesn't even, yeah. So basically, what I need to do is come around with my shovel, and I cannot do this into a path, but I can do this. So what I'm gonna do between, after this next clip, where I'm gonna move the villagers into their houses, is mark off what my spawn chunks are. Because here's the thing, I can do this, but not everywhere. Like, this piece of grass just doesn't want to go. It's spawn protected. So what I need to do is basically go around with my shovel and see where I can terraform stuff. There's a few other things that I had to do. I had planned this house and that house along the path here. Like, that one was supposed to be here. Yes, which, hello. And that one was supposed to be here, but because these are under spawn protection, I cannot do anything here. I can also not... Well, I can do there, but I cannot place... I can? Earlier, I could not place flowers. Like, at all. No? Okay, so... And it is gone from my hotbar, but if I then re-click, it's back in. So there's a few spots where I can absolutely do another thing. So I need to make sure that I mark those out and basically do something about that. Maybe make a big building around it, but I cannot do anything in the building because spawn protection. Which kind of sucks. Because it means that if we're gonna make this village all pretty, then there's gonna be a bit where it's vanilla, however I started. So that is why this house didn't come down completely, because everything here I can edit, but these I cannot touch. So option 1 is going to be hello phone, thank you for notifying me of something. Option 1 is going to be I'm going to build the house back and just leave it. Option 2 is see what I can do by making maybe a building around it, just making a building. just cobblestone and wood, like the vanilla style village. I'm running to a bed, by the way. Because, yeah, it kind of sucks that I cannot do stuff there. Just, I cannot do stuff. I cannot do stuff. I cannot place, I cannot remove, so that has to stay as is, unless I find a way, which shouldn't be too hard, to move my spawn chunks to somewhere where I'm not gonna be. But yeah, we have, I also lost my armor a few times and stuff didn't quite respawn, so that's why I'm using weird tools again. We're back. Also, no doors, because I need to get the villagers in. And I put shelves on each building so I can see what the villagers are actually selling. Now, this is going to be a library. This is where my librarians will go, and this is part 2, because I need a total of 24 librarians from different biomes, because I am working still with the... brain does not work. Hello. With the trading example thing. Not example, experiments. So my traders are a little bit different than what you normally get. I also still need to put in all their crafting stations and stuff, or the workstations, but since we kind of have those in the bridge part, I am gonna move my villagers to their next station, but I thought I addressed that first. Like, that's gonna be a floating house for now. Not sure what to do. Either rebuild the vanilla house, which was dust type, so I can just get some cobblestone, some stairs, and some logs and rebuild it, and you'll never notice it was gone. Or make it into a building and incorporate it, but the entrance is on the wrong side. So this is going out. But maybe I can, no, I can't dig here. I cannot dig here, so I cannot make this into a basement unless I go up and then go down. So this is kind of in the wrong spot, but yeah, maybe I can make this into something and that goes down under. No, I can't go down under because it's spawn protected. So basically it's not a chunk either, like, this is also, the chunk border is here. Somewhere here. Wait, there's the chunk border. That is also still under protection. So that's why this building is there, and this building is a little bit further, because this is literally the first line I can do. Somewhere here. I need to do this anyways, because we have a path. And I'm also looking for path ideas, because I kind of want to do this, but, you know, just for making the path. That's mean. Put it there, because apparently I cannot put it there. So yeah, this is basically the border, and I'm not sure. It could be just a chunk. I'm not sure. I have no idea how big this spawn protection thing is, but I do know that I had to move this building a few blocks back, because even this block is still protected, and I had it lined up with this line. So I had to pull it back a few blocks, which is fine. It's still planning and stuff. But yeah, I'm not sure what to do. Basically, I need to find out where the border exactly is, and I think I'm just gonna try to make a border or something with it. Also, this might be ugly that it's sitting right against the terrain, but this is where my armorers go into. So I thought they need a hello, Rain. They need a nice little, you know, calm space where they're not too much of a hassle to the rest of the town. So basically, I've tried to come up with where would this job be. Like, I have my sheep here. I'll turn the chunks off. So my shepherds are in this building. Gonna be in this building. They're not currently. high. What do you sell? Mini blocks. I will hunt the mini blocks once I have farms for everything. So basically this is... I will put the looms under here, all 6 of them. And in the shelves will be what that specific shepherd sells in that case. Because there's two ways for me to use the shelf. Part 1 is where we have this villager set. They will have all the same traits, basically. These are going to be the masons, if I remember correctly. And they all kind of have the same trait, as in the same trait thing. I did upgrade my trade with my villagers a little bit more in the meantime. I did do some work. It's just mainly have been collecting the sand and the sandstone for these buildings. Because these are vanilla Minecraft buildings. This is not my design. This is a Plains library. And this is I think it was a library or temple from the desert. That's why it is a little bit out of place. And I need something to make it make path better. But my next step is gonna be, I'm not sure if I'm gonna time lapse this or if I'm gonna show you guys this first person. I might do both, just record both to see. So basically all of these shelves are gonna come down, and all these workstations are gonna come down, and will just be again just a roofed bridge. I did redo my villagers. I let them all loose, so they're now facing this way, except this set who were stubborn. So they should be now closer to their actual workstation, and I've updated my spreadsheet that I now know who is home where, which I'll update once the houses are fully in with them. But my process is basically going to be, I have... sleep time soon. In this chest, I have a whole bunch of boats. I'll just... Brain, come on. I'll just grab 2 boats. And put them down. Put them down. Break this boat. Just this one. And these 2 villagers should now hop in this boat. There's one, and because there's only 1 spot for the boat, or 1 spot for a passenger, I don't have to fumble around with them, being in the wrong boat. I can leash this boat and pull it to wherever they need to go when I have everyone in a boat. Because I'm hoping that I have enough single boats that the rest of the duos can stay in the duo boat, but there's not going to be a duo in there. And if not, then I have to just, do this a couple of times. Break the butt. Make sure these 2 are lined up. And I'm going to try to do it per job. So these 2 are my only librarians here. I need to get my leads. And pull them towards the library. I'm not sure who goes where. I don't really care. So I'm not sure if the best way is to break all the blocks and let them loose near their thing and just let them pick their workstation. Also for the librarians, because they will sell books, I am going to put on their lectern a book of what they specifically sell, which I cannot really do for all the other trades. Like, most of these traders will sell more or less the same things. There's not many that will sell specific things, but what is it called? The shepherds will sell different color wools and stuff, so those are really specific. That's why they have indoor shelves. But the Fletcher, most of these trades are very similar. The cleric, cartographer will sell different maps that I probably won't need anymore. Not a cartographer. The toolsmith will probably later on sell some more specific stuff, but I don't think the masons will differ too much. I don't know, because I don't have them all unlocked that far, but for the weaponsmith, I know I'm gonna plan to put a shelf near their workstation that's having this exact sword. So I can take it off and be like, okay, so this villager station sells this specific sword. Same goes for everyone else that sells something specific, and I'm trying to find it. But for the armorer, if they just sell this, they might sell the chestplate or the helmet or something else. But as long as the traits are similar, they're not gonna get a specific thing in there. Just, you know, regular trading. But this one, for example, yeah, I will put up an axe in their shelf. I will put up a shovel in the shelf and a diamond shovel in their shelf, because above their workstation, because these are unique. And if I ever need to redo my armor again, like we're currently doing, because yeah, this is not the best, and I've lost my tools several times. I need to work my way through the death counter to see how many deaths this was in between episodes. No idea, because I died a few times before I left for TwitchCon, and I've died a few times after I left for TwitchCon, so... But yeah, specifically this sword, the Bane of Arthropods 3, Fire Respect 1, Looting 1, and Breaking 3, if I would combine it, I would get Bane 4, Fire 2, Looting 2, and Breaking 3, because that one doesn't go higher, but it does cost me 2 stacks of 2 times 18 emeralds. If I want Bane 5, that means I need to buy this sword four times, with then having Fire Respect 2, Looting 3, and Unbreaking 3, but Bane 5. So, I'm not sure what is gonna be the best way to do this, but I think if I just remove the workstation, so we have a little bit more wiggle room, pull the villagers to where they are close to their home and just let them go in, I think that might be the best. I'm not gonna drag them in, I'm just gonna let them loose and sleep and make sure that no zombies come in, because I've lost a couple to zombies. Oh look, there's cats. There's so many cats. So I think that's gonna be my plan. Like I said, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be doing this first person or... Wrong way. First person recording, or if I'm gonna do this just as another time lapse. Or if I just scrap the recording, because I can imagine you guys don't want to have back-to-back time lapses that much. I do hope you enjoyed my last one. It was quite an edit, if I can do the thing I have in mind right now, because I still need to do the edit. And I need to figure out what I'm gonna do with the spawn, because this kind of sucks that I have a spawn chunk or multiple spawn chunks that I cannot work with. But yeah, let's roll into the next clip, and either you'll see all the villagers in their houses, and let's roll the next clip, and you might see me doing villager stuff. Here are the very last villagers that we need to hop in. That's 1, 2 and 3. That's 3 boats done. There's 6 of these, and we lock them in with the fences. So, I've done all my villagers, as in everything that was in the bridge is now empty. Let's see. We have 6 in here. Okay, there's 2, 3, and there's 3 here. There is 4, 3, 3, 4, 3 of them in here. So I think 1 dead. There is 2, 3 in here. That should have been 4. And there's still witch in here. Yes, witch still here, still alive. And the this building we have Fletchers, 3 here, 3 upstairs. Well, they're supposed to be upstairs, except that I put a little fence in here so I could do them 3 by 3. There's butchers in here. All are downstairs, but again, there's 3 smokers up here and 3 smokers downstairs. There's 3 ladder workers in here and 1 sad fisherman here who has 3 barrels for their activities. There is a Skelly in there. There's a farmer in a composter. That's a nice thumbnail. And then there's 2 here, so this is also me checking how many I still need, because I know I lost villagers between breedings. There's 3 in here, and I need more, but those are coming from other biomes. There's 3 in here, which I need to breed up, because I realize these sell terracotta and stuff, so I need to have all colors of terracotta. Then we have the armorers, and I think all of them are in here. And weirdly enough, they all stand on their workstation. So they kind of have a bit of a view, except this fella who has the best view ever, because I just blocked it in. I might open this up and put a little pond in there somewhere, something. And then we have 2 librarians, and they both went into this building. I gave them the choice that they wanted to go in here, down here. I'm also missing a few lecterns, but I know they are in different villages. And then there's a bunch in here. With these, I'm gonna put a book on there with what traits they actually sell, so I don't have to look it up. I've thought about doing that for all of them, but that means I also need to have lecterns there or something to indicate who does what trait. And to show you guys, my bridge is empty. I'm gonna repurpose all those lovely shelves, because my idea basically is I put them on the outside of the building. I'm not sure if I explained this in the previous clip. There's shelves to indicate what each trait sells, so I can see on the outside, and also store a stack or 2 of materials to see what they sell. So for certain things it will be very specific, like for the shepherd. It will be really specific what is being sold. And I also sorted out all my boats here, like I reclaimed them. And I'm just putting these back. We have 2 acacia, 2 birch, and 3 oak boats. And we have a whole bunch of oak fences. I'm not sure why I created a load of fences, but apparently I did. And now I'm just using it. I have still some smooth sand and some sandstone from building the last few buildings. I am, of course, gonna redo my blueprint and fill in these holes so I don't have the holes in here and just have a nice covered bridge now. Gonna reclaim all this, gonna reclaim all of this because it's technically not needed. I will need my villager breeder to start up because, like I said, I still need a lot of villagers. Because there's a lot of librarians going on, but with the librarians, because I use the little experiments, I kind of need them from multiple biomes. Same goes for the cartographers and the masons. There's a few others that will sell things in different biomes, but basically these will... farmers is a good example, actually. So what I'm gonna put on this outside is basically the things they trade. So I made sure that with all my farmers, they trade the wheat, they trade the carrots, they trade the beets, and they trade the potatoes. Those will be on here, and everything else they actually trade will also be on here. So these are for the soups, the suspicious stews they will trade, and these are for the other items they will trade. I try to organize them by what they sell and what they buy in my creative mock-up of this, but this is a project that I've been chipping away at for a pretty long time to make sure that the houses as they are kind of make sense. So here we have the butchers, which of course need access to my pens. So that's why I placed this building here. And yes, it is kind of one above the ground, but I kind of like it so I can do something around it. Like make it a little bit of a garden. The fishers and the leather workers need access to the lake. So they get this spot. And let's see if I cannot do anything with that. The farmers are there because they imagine that the path is kind of leading over here. So I need to make a path that kind of goes here and then goes out to here. So I imagine they go to their job here and sleep here. It's a little bit far. And they also, of course, are farmers. So they also need access there. You know, lore-wise. That's just me. So these are the Fletchers in here. They also need access to water, I guess, with making bows and making string and making clean potions and stuff. The clerics are far away because they kind of look like monks with their robes. So they need a big, giant area that they can put their churchy stuff on. And they, of course, have their own wheat field then. Well, the shepherds are, I think, very clear why they are in this corner of my base. They need to tend to the sheep. It's also easy because on these shelves, yeah, there's a little hole here. And they all went in the hole, so I need to fix that. I need to basically lure them out again with the looms, put them in a little pen, fix the floor, and then lure them out. Because I had these stacked underneath, and I don't think the loom will actually register by then. They will actually register there's a loom there. So I need to put the loom on this level, and that means I need to remove it, or I need to remove the shelf and put the shelf somewhere else. But they're all in the hole here, and let's see, can I do this without spawning too much on the ground? Nah, high on the ground. Yeah, they're in a hole. So they are all the way here because this is where my sheep farms is, and that means I can also easily trade whatever they have here. Armorers are in this little dip because I thought they would do that. Like, it's armorers, they kind of need shielding from the sounds, and these are kind of natural walls, but they still need an opening, so they are connected to the village, but they're kind of far away, and all the soundproofing is here, basically. That's kind of the idea. And the librarians also need theirs soundproof, so they're at the river, at the bridge, near the tree farm where they can chop down their wood for more shelves and stuff. Kind of the lore behind that. They're all the way over here because they are also needing their rest because they are librarians. You know, they need their calm. The masons here, because I needed a spot that was kind of central. And of course, the cartographers are kind of on this tallest hill of the base area. Because they need a good look at, and they have sort of access to this river, and who knows what ships are gonna be here sailing in it. Well, not much, because bridge and stuff, but lore-wise, you never know how many things come by in this river that they might need to deal with. And I see it's getting dark, so I need to find the closest bed. Where am I here? Closest bed is pretty close. So my next step is gonna be something, and I quite don't know what yet, but I'll see you guys in the next equipped with probably something else to do. Villagers, for now, here are done. And I'll see you guys in the next clip. After messing with villagers, I put some shelves up, and so I can put in what each villager generally trades. And I had a smart idea, except I wasn't smart. Remember this little problem in the previous clip? There's spawn protection going on, so I couldn't remove the full house, and I kind of wanted to. So I was like, yeah, what if I just realize I could maybe put some stuff down and push it in with a piston. I can. I can. Let me get a sand block. Because problem is I cannot no longer now remove said sand block. I also have been trying to get some extra villagers in. That's why there's stuff and bits in my inventory, like always, because it's Minecraft. And yeah, so I'm running back real quick while AC is blasting, and this is probably not gonna do much recording wise because you know it's hot. I'm not gonna put all my sand in here, just gonna take one little teeny tiny piece. Because yes, it works, my idea works, it's just that I was not expecting it to work. Problem one, here you can by the way see these villagers, these are the butchers, and they are trading for raw chicken, raw pork chop, raw mutton, and raw beef, and somehow there's a pork chop in there. I basically try to do that for most of my villagers that I have traded with. And I made up the count, and I know how many villagers I'm missing, so I definitely need to free them from the houses and then probably restart up the breeder. But while I was thinking about that and doing the grindy task of putting them in houses and stuff, I thought this was gonna be a smart idea. Like, I can break this sand. Yeah? Okay. Because we established that I can do stuff here, but I cannot do stuff here. So this is the ideal spot. I can do this, and now I can no longer break this sand. So I'm kind of curious if I can place a TNT here and boom, and that way do something, but it still means that I would have to build probably a line of pistons pushing then a temporary floor in. I cannot just dig it because it's all spawn protected, but apparently you can do this. So I can put in a sand floor at this level. And just see how far it goes. I mean, then again, a piston can only push 12 blocks, so yeah. Beyond the 12 blocks, I cannot do anything. But this was a little bit of a failed experiment, because I was expecting these to disappear. Or just piston be like, yeah, no, I don't do the extendy bit. But yeah, this works, so I can... Oh, wait, I could have gotten rid of the path this way, but I cannot get rid of this. Not sure how TNT would act with this, and I kind of don't want to try right now. Feels like that's not the right tool, but yeah, this works. Also, heat wave coming, so I'll be going to bed in the bed and then hopefully suffer and sweat my whole bed under. You know, because heat wave, that's what you do. For the masons here, I know I'll need more because they will trade for multiple things later. So I just put all my bricks that I have traded for in here. And basically I did that with most of my villagers of the stuff that I actually had. So I'm really sorry, by the way, if the AC that is turned on is actually in the background and blazing and audible. So for my two librarians in here, I have 3 books that I can no longer see what they are doing. That's why they're gonna be in a book on their lectern. But in general, they will trade for the paper I have, books I have, bookshelves, and lanterns will be bought. So basically this row means I put in this item and I get emeralds, and then this row is the other way around except for the books. Here, similar system. Basically, I have one shelf at least where you can put in, where I put in the item that I can do something with. That I get, well, that example, not filled in yet. I haven't done everything. But yeah, basically one part is, one set of shelves is, silly witch, is the, what they buy. And then the other one is what they give me if I give them emeralds. Problem is, here with the shepherds, I have to address this too. This is not how I planned it, but this is how it worked. Basically, because this house is teeny tiny, I had them planned under the shelf, so I could be like have the shelf sitting on top of the loom, but they don't seem to detect them then, so I put them in a little bit of an awkward way. That's why there was a hole that we had to fix, and I put in the wool. So basically the first two colors is what they will buy from me, and then the other two is basically the next set of traits, and I have these done pretty far because some of them are, you know, master level already, so they sell paintings and everything. Some aren't. I think there's one that's pretty much leveled up all the way. Yeah, this one has a big banner, so this one's actually leveled up all the way. So we start with the 2, then 2 more, then tier number 3 and tier number 4. So actually it's not leveled up all the way. Oh well. I don't know my trades sometimes. Painting is actually the last one, now that I realize it. See here. So I have done some things, but like I said, there is a heat wave going on, and you will hear many YouTubers complain about the weather. We're not used to it. Americans, shut up. You don't have to deal with this. Stay in your AC home and in your AC car, going to your AC work, and just shut up about us, okay? Thanks. Because it's different. It just... Ooh. I need to, yes. That was just for me building and needing to get back on the roof. But yeah, I don't think baby villagers can actually get in here. Like, in there, definitely not. In there, definitely not. The only place they might get through is this, because it technically is a gap of 1 tall, but I don't think they can actually get in there. But yeah, I basically have all my villagers in their own separate houses now, and I've been working on grinding, on getting them in the right spots and noting down who goes where and putting on the shelves what they trade. So the cartographer first trade for paper and glass, pane, which apparently is not then the yeah, and the and you get maps back if you give them emeralds. But yeah, I had to show you guys that I've been working on something for spawn, as in I've been trying to rattle my brain what to do with this. This is nice, because it kind of means I can probably put a little stone gen here and just push cobblestone over and at least clear it out. But I'm not sure what I want to do really now. I was thinking about putting a house back here and then making a tunnel underground and do something with that. I have no idea what to do. I just need to make sure that I can somehow log where I can and cannot place stuff. I'm pretty sure I can put stuff here. I did this, so this is probably, yeah, okay, so that's still a no-go. But this is obviously a good place, so I know that from this coordinate. And let me take a quick screenshot of those to this. Hold up, I have a shovel. Let's see where we can actually do stuff again. I think it's the path down there. Yes. Okay, so then this is the other side. I'm curious where this is gonna end. Basically, I think I know that one had to be moved back, so it's so I kind of do have the coordinates then, because I could do this one here. I'm at the looking at, and then for the what coordinate am I walking on? I don't see my coordinate. For the Z coordinate, it's literally this one, because I cannot do anything with this. So for Z, it's that. Oop, wrong one. Okay. I now have kind of 4 corners-ish where I can do stuff with. Assuming it's a square. And I'm not sure what to do with it. Like, I can't just build a wall around it. So put a wall here. And just make a giant building that I cannot do anything with, except it's protected on its bomb. Because it's a pretty big area, and it's not lining up with chunk borders at all. Wait, it actually is. Yeah, it actually is. Okay, so it is this chunk. 1, 2 chunks. So it's a 2x2 chunk, basically, then? Yeah, it's a 2x2 chunk that is protected, and I had no idea it would be. I could go into my logs of server and see if I can... It's actually more than a... Wait, how does this work? It's actually more than a... Because this one is still protected, and this one too, but here's the chunk border, so it's actually here that I can do stuff. Yeah. So it's 1 block around here. Extra. That's my leg. Just being a... Yeah, so it's 2x2 chunks plus a block on those 2 sides, but not these 2 sides. Yeah, these 2 chunks are apparently spawn protected, and I need to see if I can go into the server logs and either move these 2x2 to somewhere where I don't have any plans yet. Because here's the thing, right? Like, it's apparently this chunk, this chunk, this chunk, this chunk, and this chunk that is protected. Yeah, it's these 4 chunks. Basically, the chunks probably with the 0 in the corner. Yep, it's the 4 chunks with the 0 and -1. Yep. Okay. So I could technically move those somewhere else, but here's the issue. I kind of don't want to move them to somewhere else, because these are my spawn chunks, and this is where my spawn chunks will be. So I kind of need to make sure that I can do my plans, because this kind of sucks. But that is it for this clip. It is 7 a.m. currently, so I am nice and early with recording, because, you know, heat wave. No, I do need that. I don't need this. It is going to be 38 degrees on Friday, which for the Americans is over 100 in Fahrenheit. Our houses are not built for that. I have an AC running, and it's doable here, but it doesn't mean that the heat coming from outside is great and nice and stuff. So, that's why we complain. I live in a rental, so I cannot install permanent AC. We have a mobile unit, which is good for the room I'm in, but it surely doesn't do the whole house, so we still have, you know, issues with that. So Americans, mainly Americans, I'm sorry. Rest of the world, you understand. But there's a few of you who love to complain about us Europeans not having AC and stuff. We have AC, but it's not viable really to run, because this is then 1 day of 38 degrees Celsius, and a full unit costs a few thousand to install. Not everyone has that money. Not everyone wants to spend that for just 2 or 3 days in a year that it is needed. Because I get it. If you live in an area where it's on a regular basis, triple digits, yeah, it's worth investing in. But are you going to buy something that's a few $1,000s, euros, whatever, with yearly maintenance costs and electricity costs that you're going to use for just a week? Think about that. Are you really going to do that? Because we don't. I can use my money better than that. The money I don't have, but still, we don't do that. So, yeah. But this is the last clip before heatwave really strikes. And I'll see you guys whenever complaining season is over, which probably means this video will be coming out in July. I will do you guys still an update about TwitchCon and everything if I didn't do that in the time lapses. But that's it for my recording time today, and I'll see you guys in the absolute next clip. Hopefully less hot. This might be very random, but I had a thought, and that's why I am back in this snowy village, and there's a few more, so if I don't succeed here, I'll just grab something else. With the experimental stuff of the... I've been hit by an error, so I'm slow. With the experimental stuff from the experimental update, the villager trading rebalance thing, you need villagers from specific biomes to get specific traits. Now, so far, I've been going to the biome, set up a breeder, which in this environment is going to be tricky because I like to build them over water, so they just drop in and don't hurt, but, you know, drop. And I've been building breeders here in the swamp, for example. I stole some villagers a couple episodes ago from this village, brought them over here, started breeding them up, put some lecterns and cartography tables down, and started rolling for the right traits. Now, here's a thought, and I didn't really think about it until earlier today after the heatwave. What if I just grab a villager? If it's wanting to cooperate. Hi. If I just grab a villager and kidnap it. To the right. To home. To wherever our home is. And, from there, we see if we can re-roll this one into a... Because it's not been traded with. So I'm curious if I can just kidnap it, basically. Temporarily. Well, maybe permanent. And take it home. And just see if we can trade there and then get the right librarian out of it. Because in that case, I just have to kidnap villagers. Really. And take them home instead of building up a breeder and etc. Because I can always set up a breeder later with the villagers. I just need to temporarily chop these two down now. And drag this villager out. Oop. A little bit. Maybe that's a little bit too much out. And you know, go from there instead of being difficult. I'm definitely not having this in the right place. Cool. Instead of being difficult and having to... Oh yeah, this makes way more sense. And, yeah, brain. God. Gone. So basically my idea is to take this villager home, see if we put it in front of a lectern, if we then can turn this one into a librarian and still get the right, the correct books out of it. Because in that case, I can just kidnap a villager or 3 villagers, really. Take them home. And in this case, I need the... I had to pause there because I lost my sheet. So in this case, I think this is a... pretty sure this is a swampy or snow one. So I should be able to get Aqua Affinity, Looting, and or Frostwalker as my first roll. And later on we should get Silk Touch. But since this biome is also just very much connected right through the ocean through our base, I thought this was the best place to start. I mean, I do want the Silk Touch eventually, and I don't mind getting Looting and Frostwalker early. Since, yeah, we're still doing the barely any tools stuff. I have been trading, so I got me a diamond hoe, I got me a nice earth shovel. I also got a stone shovel because I needed to lock in some villagers. But basically, the idea is now to kidnap this villager, take it home, put it in front of a lectern, and see what books I'm getting offered. Either it's gonna be the snow versions, Aqua Affinity, Looting, and Frostwalker, or it's gonna be the Plains one, Punch, Smite, and Bane of Arthropod. I'm not really interested in Smite or Punch, but Bane is nice since we have a few spider villages to set up. Because if this works, like I said, and I think I'm rambling and repeating myself, if this works, I can just kidnap a few villagers and then breed them after, instead of making a whole breeder, lock out, and go from there. So we're gonna take this villager home and put a lectern in front of his face and see what it does. But since it's a longer trek home, I probably will shortly unlock this villager from the path. Come on, there we go. Jump a bit, and then you get him back on the grass, and even on the ice where it's fast. Because apparently, yeah, that's the thing. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And I'll see you guys when this one is ready to be traded with for item books. So see you guys in a bit. After a little boaty home. Oh, this is too early. We're home with our boated villager, and I also picked up a moo on the way, which is that's something I haven't shown, but I have built. Now, I just need to get this fella in, and I kind of need to know when they can accept. But I'm pretty sure I can do slash trigger. If I can put a slash there, slash trigger, and then this, and then see minus 62, 65, 27, which is that one right now, and you are at that one. So I can freely take this one outside. Just for a little experiment. And put it in front of him. And let's see. Do you understand that this is now your workstation? I mean, it's still creepy that they do this. Do you understand that this is your station? I'm not sure if I need to put it there. Like, I've done this in the Taiga village, and they eventually picked it up. It also is time depending and stuff. So I'm kind of hoping to see them change into this. Into a librarian. Because if you look at the top left corner, you see at the last line that says Entity Villager. HP 20 out of 20, aka I have a villager here that's fully healthy. If we go indoors, you can see that it says Entity Librarian, and both of these are also healthy. So I'm kind of... Oh, there it is. Yes, so now what book does it offer? Frostwalker. I don't want Frostwalker just yet. I kind of want to try for the other things first, but at least we now know that indeed this one will give me... Wait, Frostwalker again. At least we now know that this indeed works. Frostwalker 2. Not a bad trade. looting 1. Let's see if we can get looting 2. Looting 3 for 20 emeralds. Not bad. Let me get emeralds. Let me get paper, actually. That's closer. Was not prepped for this at all. But I've been doing stuff and things in the background while suffering from heat wave. It's still pretty hot for a European summer. So I've been chopping down some trees, which I can just, you know, sit at my desk, do something else while I sit on that hut and wait for everything to grow. Because one of these has paper. That is the bamboo block. This is my sugar. This is my sticks, and then this is my paper. So if I just grab 3 stacks, this would save me a lot of hassle with... I just can now kidnap villagers from the biomes I need, instead of breeding them up and losing my stuff and losing my way. And yeah, this is way faster. Now, before we trade, I need to check that this is actually still looting 3. There we go. Locked in. I just need to let it inside. That's the only issue now, that I need to make sure that this one goes inside. And let's see, if I chop out this and do this. Yes, you go inside. Good! Wow! So, I guess I'll be making a few trips to to several biomes with my boats, and just kidnap villagers. Basically 3 from each biome if I want all 3 books that are in the comments section. Let me go over them. So from the desert we get fire protection, thorns, and infinity. Not sure if I want thorns, so I'll probably just kidnap 2. But there's the special book which you get as the master trait of efficiency 3. I might get a 3rd villager just to get multiple efficiency books, because I don't know what, you know, emeralds they want for that. From the plains, we get Punch, Smite, and Bane of Arthropods. From Savannah, Knockback, the Curse of Binding, and the Sweeping Edge. I'm not a fan of Curse of Binding, so I might actually... Well, I can just keep trading that one, but I don't think I'm gonna need all 3. I just want 2, really. Knockback is nice, and Sweeping Edge is nice later on. And their special is, for the Savannah, is Sharpness 3. For the snowy version, we have Silk Touch as the special, Aqua Affinity, Looting, and Frostwalker. The Taiga has, that's the sprucey biome. The Taiga has Blast Protection, Fire Aspect, and Flame for your bow. I'm not too much of a fan for that. For those 2, Fire Aspect might be nice for when I start doing more of meaty stuff. Then again, I can trade meat for emeralds. So I might consider Fire Aspect, but I definitely want a Blast Protection. And the Taiga one does give you the special of Fortune 2. The jungle villagers that I do need to build a breeder for, because there are no jungle villagers, will give you Feather Falling, Power Books, and Fragile Protection. And Unbreaking 2. So we're gonna need a few Unbreaking 2 villagers. And like I said, I still need to make a breeder for that anyway, so I will breed those at location and put a lectern in front of them and probably level them up there, so I get multiple Unbreaking 3 books. And from the swamp where we have built stuff, you get the special for Mending, which of course everyone wants. Depth Strider, Respiration, and Curse of Vanishing. I don't want Curse of Vanishing, it's silly. Depth Strider and Respiration are things I might consider. Currently, nah. I have a Looting 3 book, which is really nice. We have Bane of Arthropods 5 by itself and Smite 3. And here the other one gives you Smite 4 and Smite 5. Which... yeah. I'm also not sure currently if I want to discount my villagers and let the zombie loose in all these houses. I mean, I've neatly locked them away, so I can technically grab a zombie from somewhere and just let it loose in a house, catch it again, and then go from there. Recure all my villagers, but then again, they are pretty sure that's just a one-time thing. the curing now, and once you keep trading with them, the prices just go up slowly again. So what it's really worth? Is it really worth doing that? I don't know. Um, so I'm just gonna check on my trees in the meantime. And there's just a couple that still need to grow out. Okay, hip is being annoying, so I probably will at my recording here I see if I can still play with the hip being this, or if I actually need to lay down. Because being chronically ill, having a nerve that doesn't like this kind of weather at all, is so much fun, guys. Really. I highly recommend it to no one to get this. Okay, so all the spruce trees are grown. Great. I have been trading. I have been doing stuff and things in the background. Because, like I said, we have had a heat wave. There's probably more coming. That's it for now. I'll see how much footage I have and see if I need more footage. I'm trying to plan this for actually in 2 days, so I need to get editing and see if I can release it on the 30th. If not on the 30th of June, that this gets released, it's probably going to be between the 5th and 10th of July, which means I've missed 2 whole months of uploading. So I'm curious what YouTube is going to say about that for me. But yeah, I need to stop recording for now, and I'll see you guys in either the next clip or the next episode. See ya, and thanks for watching so far.